Okay, we're recording. I wanted to chit chat about the launch of 10 rounds and what I'm going to do and what you're more than welcome to do with me. I feel like because I don't know how to word this. Um, I love taking on the big responsibilities of like running an info group and making a launch plan because I feel like I have that kind of, not that I have that time, I make that time because I only work part time through design and like I'm trying to do full time Beachbody. So I like taking that off of your guys' plate. That being said, you are obviously more than welcome to do all of this for yourself if you want. I just feel like we all can benefit from the working smarter, not harder kind of mentality. I know we're always all chasing the clock. And so when I was like a newer coach, I always let Virginia and all those people make the groups. And then I just kind of like tagged along because I was like, I can't, if I take on the work of making this big launch plan and making this info group, I was probably not going to invite. So it's kind of like pick your battle. So, anyways, I went through. I'm actually going to share my screen with you if I remember. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen now. I made this today, and so this is I'm going to do an info group for this. Again, you can do whatever you want. I'll go through the dates and how this all works as we move through this group here, but you're like, this is your business. You do whatever you think. I'm just really, really excited for this program because I couldn't promote Bar Blend. And so it's literally been since Morning Meltdown that I haven't promoted a program, which was last July Morning Meltdown came out because I really didn't promote 6 weeks of the work. I couldn't promote bar, so I am like all over this because I feel like my audience hasn't seen a new program in a really long time, and I got to do this workout at NLC with Joel, and it was next level. And I'm a Lift 4 junkie, so I'm really really excited for this, and I feel like info groups I love them. So, anyways, what I did here, I haven't added anybody into this. So I'll put it in our team page. You can add yourself in, and then this group is going to do all of the work of the inviting and the messaging, and it's going to take all those conversations out of your inbox and kind of move them here. And so what I did, take 10 or so minutes over the next couple of days and like brief yourself on 10 rounds. You don't need to know the ins and the outs and the launch dates and the FAQs. Like, don't waste your time diving too much into it because I've literally scheduled everything. I've got all the dates here for when things launch, sample workouts, etc. And then I've got 12 scheduled posts in here already. So they're going to drop every day until the program launches on March 16th. And so I went through here. I talk about like who Joel is. I've got some transformations. This like video, the tour of the bus. This is a picture of me doing it and looking like a dork, but I don't care. Um, I'll post the sample workout link. It goes live next Monday. I'll post that in here. I've got the challenge pack, pricing breakdowns, why they should sign up as a VIP like a coach. And I'm going to do a video on that, I think, as well. I talk about the add-ons, Energize, Collagen, Recover, Hydrate. I've got graphics breaking down Shakeology, talking about UPF and mindset, and then just like calls to action through there. So that's this group. These are all already scheduled. Oopsie. So you don't have to do any work other than let people know about this program launch, invite people to an info group, and then put them in the group, and that should take care of 90% of the work. And then it's just a point of following up with them once that group is over, or like once the launch date. Hi, Hermes. Once the launch date is here, and then kind of having that conversation about the share card, etc. And so, like I said, I love these groups, and I'm really hoping that we can get a lot of people in here, get them the information. I try to give it to them in like the most straightforward way, but still giving them kind of all the pieces of the puzzle. So in terms of dates, there's a graphic that's already in here. I think I already posted it too. You should see it once you click to join the group. A sample workout comes out next Monday, and it will be like all the other sample workouts. It'll be live forever. They're not taking it down. And so I'm going to blast the heck out of that on Instagram. And then March 16th, so the Monday after that, is when this program launches for coaches and like new coaches, I guess. And so kind of my plan is we're really pushing for 2-star right now. And I need to rebuild Blake back to diamond and kind of just solidify that 2-star. Um, and so I'm going to hopefully get everybody on board in the next couple of days, like just mass inviting. I haven't done anything yet. I talked about it in the story tonight. And then get them all in there, get them hyped up, get them excited. And then I'm hoping that I can get a ton of people signed up on the 16th or throughout that week as VIP, like discount coaches, VIP members, because like I have in this group, there's no, like, it's free to sign up and it's free to cancel. And I think that that's a big thing for people is like, they're like, oh, how long am I roped into this for? And it's like, you're not. And I want us to start focusing on retention to create depth in our organization, because I feel like I am garbage at retaining people. And I think a lot of people are, and that's why there's this new like Success Club retention thing going on this month. I didn't even really pay attention to it much, but they're going to give you Success Club points if your last month's customers stay on Shaco or whatever products they were on, which is super cool. But I want to focus on retention and keeping people loving the products. So I feel like that's why we all started. We loved the programs, we loved the products. We started to get results because we were using them, and then it just like was this big snowball effect of positivity, right? And so I want to help people stay on Shakeology longer and reap the benefits of it, or energize, whatever it is. And so I'm like, if we can get them signed up with that discount, they've got more of an incentive to stick around, and it's cheaper for them, which is like a win-win for everybody, and it helps you grow your business as well. So I'm hoping to get everybody signed up as VIP discount coaches, whatever you want to call it. And then April 6th, so 2 or 3 weeks later, is when it launches for customers. So there'll be like another wave of people going through it. The beauty of this one is, so I'm just not going to do the end of Barbland because I can't promote it. And I'm just like, I'm loving it, but I'm like, it's not a business move for me. So I'm going to start it when we get home from the Dominican. It's like the March 24th or something, I think. And once it drops on March 16th, the first week of workouts will be there for you. And so March 16th could be your actual start date. You can walk yourself through the first week. And then, like, I think the Friday night of that week, they'll release another week. So they'll keep releasing the weeks throughout. So you're not like just doing the sample workout 50 times. You can walk yourself through the program starting on the 16th, which is super cool. And I think will help us all as coaches kind of get people involved at the start, people who are excited, and then people who are on the fence, they're like, oh, I'm not sure. They can watch you do it for those couple days, couple weeks, however long it takes them, and then there'll be that new influx of people, and they can possibly join then. And yeah, then I think I'm going to run, maybe we talked about this in the Diamond group chat, whether we do my challenge tracker app or I think that's what did we decide on anything?
I think we kind of, majority was more on the My Challenge Tracker app.
Okay. I think we should give it a go. So let's do that. We'll put it on the My Challenge Tracker app. I can set it all up, and we can just have one big group, maybe with like starting March 25th or something, and then starting April 6th. And then eventually that group will actually get moved. They're coming out with this, it's called BOD groups, and it's literally going to be on Beachbody On Demand, which I'm like, they walked us through like how it actually works at NLC, and I'm like wicked excited for it. I feel like it's going to change the game for so many people. So that group will get transferred if it's in the My Challenge Tracker app, which is great. So I think let's do that. We're going to run a My Challenge Tracker app group. It'll be like team-wide. You can add anybody in, even if they're not doing the program. We would love to support them in there. And then they can like log their workouts, log their Shakeology, etc. Launches are crazy momentum waves. If you've never been through a launch, or maybe you've been through one, they're really, really powerful. And the fact that Beachbody puts the money and the time and the effort into developing programs and products quarterly is huge, because like back when programs were on DVDs, like 1, maybe 2 programs came out a year. So you had to ride the wave of Core de Force for a year, and it was hard. or like 22-minute hard corps was like the only program that came out that year, and I was like, oh my gosh, how much longer can I promote this program? So you were kind of on your own to revive things and create new groups, whereas Beachbody's like, here, we're going to give you these epic tools, do with them what you wish. And so I know a lot of you guys are loving Bar Blend. Wherever you're at, like, stick with what you're doing. Don't just like give up on a program because this is coming out. Just let your people know what you're doing. I'm kind of like, sit down for like 10 minutes, look at a calendar and be like, hey, I'm on week whatever of Bar Blend. This comes out with all these dates, and make a plan that way to help you in your business. I'm gonna really, I mean, you are your own coach and your own business owner, so like, do with this what you wish, but I'm gonna really recommend that everybody do it and try it, because even if it's not for you, aka me trying Transform 20 last year, I hated every minute of it, which wasn't great for my business, but I showed up and I showed that it was hard, and I had a lot of people love that program, and a lot of people now are still coming back to it. They're like, I love Transform 20. I'm like, bless your heart, because I hate that program so much. But it showed the cardio lovers in my life that side of things. And so I'm thinking the same with kickboxing, right? Bar was like one end of the spectrum, kickboxing is the other. And by showcasing that variety, it's going to like tap into that new market of people, and is a similar-ish platform. And obviously Joel's the same with Lift 4. And so I had crazy success with Lift 4 groups in my past. Those are just what my people liked, what I liked. And so I think it'll help those people who have been doing Lift 4 literally since it came out like 5, 6, 7, 8 times already. Will help them dive into something new, hopefully break that fitness plateau, get excited again, etc. And there's just so much hype. It's on sale. It's always easier to recommend a product that's on sale, I find. That incentive really helps people out. I don't know if we're getting promo codes yet. I'm not sure. But the challenge packs will be $20 off, and the pricing is all posted in the info group. I am not going to share pricing on anything less than a challenge pack. I feel like that's a conversation you can have with somebody in their DMs. If like the challenge pack really isn't for them, they just can't make it work, but they want to join, that's your discretion of like, okay, that's cool, let's sign you up with the base kit, or let's just get you the like digital streaming and you can add things on later, just because that challenge pack is the best value for you and for them, and gets them the skin in the game. It's just it's just the best option for everybody. So I'm not going to post it in here, because then a lot of people will default to it, and then I'm like, man, you really needed that nutrition component, or you really needed that Shakeology component to stay committed and to help you go through what you're going through. But the price kind of scares them, and they always want to take the cheap way out. And so you have those conversations. Remember, I always try and be the coach, or I'm trying to be the coach that's like, nobody is left out. Nobody is ever, if they can't join, sweet, send them all the sample workouts. If they can't join with the base kit, sweet, send them a meal plan. Like, just like always letting people feel included and involved, because it really just takes somebody believing in you to feel like you can conquer the world and to go after your dreams and whatever it is. And you believing in them, even though they can't join right now, is huge. She's back. Dave's just sleeping over here. So I feel like that's all for now. I'll add you guys. I'll put the info group link in the team page, and you can add yourself in there. Like I said, the info group does all the work. So take like literally 10 minutes. Go to the Beachbody blog. They've got an article on 10 rounds, which is like where all this info in the group came from. You can check out the FAQs. There's like a 2-minute or 3-minute video on YouTube. I think it's already in the group. You can check out, and then just like look at a day plan or a calendar and be like, hey, I'm done Bar Blend this date, schedule in the 10 rounds dates, and then kind of make yourself a plan moving forward, and then just own it, rock it, promote it on social. And yeah, I love the idea of promoting an info, or inviting people to an info group, because there's literally no obligation. You're not asking them for anything. You're like, do you want free information? And so many people will say yes, people will say no, that's okay. But people are more amped to say yes if it's just an info group and if you're excited about it. So I think that's everything. Do you guys have any questions about 10 rounds? Tough crowd tonight. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to stop recording.